Ладно, Лига.
Good afternoon and welcome to Berlin. Welcome to coverage of the 39th edition of the European Championships of Basketball. It is game day 5 here in Group B, and today's opening game features the Azzurri of Italy versus the White Eagles of Serbia. This is Eurobasket 2015, and in a clash for the top of the table here in Group B, the Italians will test their measure against Serbia. Serbia as yet undefeated. They bring a perfect 4-0 record into today's game. By contrast, Italy are 3-1. Here's a slate of the games we have available for you. I'm joined in the commentary position by my partner, George Zidek. And George, it's moving day here in Group B.
Oh, absolutely. This is a phenomenal last day. As you said, the first game going for the top position here in the group. So we can expect a great matchup and intensity in this opening game of the last day here of games in Berlin.
Well, here's a look at the table as they stand now. Serbia and Italy are the top of the table. And George, very simply, whoever wins this game goes top of the group.
Absolutely. This is simple math, and we got a lot of options that follow after that. I think that at the moment we can also say that Serbia, Italy, and Turkey are sure to qualify at the moment. That's the second thing. And then we will take it from there with all the other options from the following game.
Yeah, we will bring you up to date with options as they reveal themselves. So just to reiterate what my partner said, Serbia, Italy, and Turkey have qualified. Turkey will play the last game tonight against Iceland. In the middle game, it'll be Spain versus Germany, and that is a winner-take-all situation. Those teams need to win to advance.
That will be the game of truth for them right there.
Getting a look here at the Italian team. We know them well by this stage, George. What do they need to do today to beat an undefeated Serbia?
Well, the biggest news for me is basically the majority of the load of the minutes scoring and whatever goes on, those 4 players, and it's Gentile, Bargnani, Gallinari, and Bellinelli. And Bellinelli for sure will not play today. That's what we were told here in the arena.
Bellinelli has been a hero for Italy throughout this preliminary round action. You see the back of Simone Pianigiani. Bellinelli had 17 points in Italy's win in overtime yesterday against Germany.
But he sustained a muscle injury, and I think that he's nursing that injury towards the knockout stage. And as we said before, Italy is already guaranteed that they advance.
We're looking at a Serbia team ranked 7th in the world. And what are some keys for them, George?
Well, I think that they are undefeated at the moment. It's first and foremost. Second, I think they can do so many things and hurt you in so many ways that it's almost unbelievable. You got inside play that's been pretty dominant there with Miroslav Radulica. He's been very good coming off the bench and providing some immediate spark. Then you got all-around player in Nemanja Bjelica just taking over the team and just providing key baskets when the team needs it. And then from the outside, it's Nedovic, Teodosic, Kalinic, just great shooters. And all these guys have been able to knock down some key three-pointers. Teodosic has struggled from the outside, but he has somewhat found his mark in the last game.
You saw the coach of the Serbian national team, Sasha Đorđević. You're now looking at Serbian fans who get behind their team. We're going to pause here in the Berlin Arena and honor the national anthems of Italy and Serbia.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Serbia.
Italy come into this year's Eurobasket 2015, making their 36th appearance in the championships of European basketball. Serbia make their 5th appearance of Serbia. They are 3-time champions as Serbia and Montenegro. And Serbia won a silver medal in Poland in '09. As for the Italians, they've won gold twice, silver 4 times, and bronze 4 times. You get a look at the combined officiating crew from Greece, the Ukraine, and Slovenia. George, we've been impressed with the standard of officiating here in this competition.
Well, we spoke about it a lot, and I think that the referees are just doing a great job of looking at the situation with the same measuring stick, especially the hand-checking rules. Anytime that you put 2 hands on your player, you're going to be called for a foul.
Well, welcome to Berlin. If you're just joining us, it is action here in the final day of action in Group B. Italy square off against Serbia. And who are some of the names that jump off the Italian team sheet, George?
Well, we said it before. It's Gentile, Bargnani, Gallinari. I think that Gallinari has played an incredible Eurobasket. We have seen him go for 33 in game 1, for 28 in game 3. He's been a super performer. I think anytime he gets the ball, he firmly believes that he can do something positive for his team. He has been to the free throw line more than anybody else. Here's the starting lineup: Cinciarini at the point guard, Aradori at the off guard, Gentile at the small forward, Gallinari at power forward, and Bargnani at the center spot. You see it right here that Pietro Aradori gets to start. He's been playing some 5 minutes, but right now the Italian team is warming up, and Marco Gallinelli is sitting there on the bench, so he will not play today due to the muscle injury that he sustained earlier in the tournament.
Here's a Serbia team that are perfect 4-0 coming into this competition. We know about Milos Teodosic at the top of the list, number 4. Who should we keep an eye out for as well, George?
Well, we also know about Nemanja Bjelica, who has really emerged as a big-time star here at this tournament. Of course, he's a EuroLeague All-Star from last season, but what he has done for the team here at Eurobasket is anytime there's a crucial play, he's there and he answers. He's been able to answer all the calls. Here's the starting lineup with Teodosic at the point guard, Markovic at the off guard, Nikola Kalinic at the small forward, Nemanja Bjelica at power forward, and Ognjen Kuzmic at the center spot. I think that we have seen Miroslav Radulica, the other big man, just coming there off the bench and changing the complexity of game. Immediately when Radulica gets there instead of Ognjen Kuzmic, things go differently. They really look for him on the inside, and it becomes a completely different team.
Radulica had 20 points in Serbia's win yesterday over Turkey. Welcome to Berlin. Welcome to action here in Group B on game day 5 in Eurobasket 2015. Some lucky fan gets to walk on the court and present the ball to the officiating crew. And we can see here 2 stars, one on the left and one on the right.
That would be an interesting matchup because they're going to go head-to-head. They're going to guard each other. Of course, Gallinari is averaging a lot more points for his team, but as I said before, majority of the scoring load has been on the shoulders of 4 players for Italy, while for Serbia, the scoring is very much spread out. You got 4 players averaging in double figures, and then behind that, it's really players averaging 6, 7, 8 points, so many of them. So Team Serbia's got a lot more options there offensively, but anyway, on a personal level, this is going to be a matchup to watch. Gallinari versus Bjelica.
Well, that Serbia team, you're right, they have so many weapons. You see Coach Sasha Djordjevic there at the helm of Serbia team. Serbia had 32 assists, George, in their win against Iceland, their 3rd win. They can really share the basketball. They have many scorers. Bjelica certainly carried the load early on. He had 24 points in the opening win against Spain. He had the game-winning basket and 14 points against Germany in the 2nd game for the Serbs.
And also, if you speak about the styles of this match, the key matchup that we featured, I think it's really Gallinari is a lot more about power. He's showed some incredible strength. I mean, people foul him hard, but he just finds a way to stay on his feet. While Bjelica is the doctor and the professor of basketball, just smooth as they get.
Well, welcome to Berlin. Welcome to Eurobasket 2015. It is game day 5 here in Group B in this clash between Serbia and Italy in the battle for the top of the table. It'll be Italy in the blue uniforms, Serbia in the white. First possession to the Serbs as Italy will settle into defense, but somebody left Teodosic open. His first shot rattles in and out.
And he's been really getting some great looks at the basket here in Berlin. Just have not been able to knock down shots with consistency from beyond the arc.
I agree with you. He struggled from beyond the arc, but he's one of those scorers, George, averaging double digits, averages 10 points per game. Bargnani's shot short.
And that was a shot that Bargnani has been looking for consistently here during the tournament. Free throw line extended, he's there.
So each team with a possession, neither team with a score. Cinciarini draws the assignment of guarding Teodosic. Teodosic's mid-range jumper is smooth.
But the mid-range jumper has been falling there for Teodosic. We've seen so many times, if the three is not falling, he is smart about his offensive game. He takes extra 2 dribbles, goes to the free throw line, and he's been able to knock those shots down.
Italy come back the other way in their second possession. There's a big-for-big screen as Bargnani screens for Gallinari. Good ball reversal to Aradori in the corner. Bargnani puts it on the deck and blocked there. I think it was Kalinic with the block. Kalinic now on the wing. Good pass to Kuzmic!
Kuzmic!
Wow, we got off to a flying start here in Berlin. My partner's already out of his seat, and Kuzmic sends it down.
He's such a strong athlete that he really tries to get down the floor because he knows that his minutes are limited. He's going to probably split the minutes with Radulica at 20 apiece.
He's got to make an impact because he knows there's a guy behind him who can come in and definitely make an impact.
Look at, right, he actually, I think he got a block there too. Bielica gets the rebound, and this is the finish with authority.
As you know better than I do, that's not an easy pass for Kuzmic to catch. It's a bounce pass. He's got to catch it around his knees and then take it all the way up to the 10.
And in full stride over Bargnani.
My goodness. What an electric start to this one.
In my book, he gets the diploma from the Slema Gemma University right there.
We've got doctors and we've got professors.
We got a philosopher.
We got philosophers. You're the prophet. And now we get a graduate. Unbelievable stuff here in Group B. Aradori gets deep. Bargnani, that is food and drink for him. Misses in and out.
That's the second shot that he has missed from this very similar position.
Right now, Serbia lead Italy 4-0. Cinciarini's had a tough couple of days. He had to guard Dennis Schroeder yesterday of Germany. Now he's guarding Teodosic. Kuzmic again, another jam.
Did you see the pass there by Teodosic? He's been averaging 7 assists, and some of those assists have been just phenomenal. What an easy job for Kuzmic. He just got it served in a perfect space.
Gentile. Cinciarini steps into a 3. That's short. Gallinari, long rebound. Aradori trying to make something happen here for Italy against Teodosic. Baseline. Tough shot. Good defense by Teodosic.
Great defense by Teodosic to hold his ground. And it is, my opinion is that Italy is looking half a step slower.
Teodosic with a dribble that left Gentile for dead. Let me ask you a tough question here, George. Italy struggling here to start. They had that overtime win against Germany yesterday.
It must have sapped a lot of energy. Look at Teodosic right behind the back, and he then just goes off the dribble as fouled by Gentile. I think that the fatigue is really shown there.
We'll take a break in the action. Italy down 6-0 to Serbia. George, maybe just pick up that theme. It's an energy-sapping win for Italy yesterday, and they've come out to a slow start here today.
And they missing Bellinelli. I think they're going to put it together. I mean, it's a group of fighters that we saw 2 games in a row. You saw. I also like to look at the introductions. They hold each other's shoulders, you know, when the national anthem is. But I think this group is playing together. They have just really opened up and proved a lot of people wrong that they are just a bunch of superstars that cannot play together. So I expect Italy to get it going pretty soon.
Well, Italy have shown great character and composure. They lost their opening game to Turkey, close 89-87.
But it's been all good since then.
Absolutely. They had a tough win over Iceland in their second game. Then they beat Spain in a 105-98 classic encounter. Then they had another heart-stopping game against Germany. So they have been through the wars, have the Italians. Teodosic steps to the line. He's averaging 10.3 points per game. He's a first-team All-EuroLeague selection this year with CSKA Moscow.
But I think it is necessary today because we haven't spoken about Luigi Datome. He is out for the tournament. I mean, he had a muscle injury before, and that was that as a captain. I mean, he's a player that was supposed to carry minimum 25 minutes per game. So Italy is at the moment really depleted.
So they're without the services of Bellinelli and Datome. There's Gallinari trying to make a basket for Italy. We've got some contact away from the ball on the screen. Foul is on Bjelica.
That was an automatic call right there. He was holding to Bargnani, who was making the screen. This is a special play there for Italy. That's very unorthodox that you have a five-man setting a pick for a four-man. That does create some problem. Look at it right here. They have run it the whole tournament.
I agree with you across these problems, but I think the Serbs of all teams probably cope with it okay because of the mobility of Bjelica.
And also with the depth that they have with the team. I mean, this is such a strong weapon there for Sasha Djordjevic. He can really work with 10 players, no problem. His rotation is 10 deep. I don't know if we can say that about any other team here in the tournament.
I think you're exactly right. Here comes Erceg into the game for Serbia. Gallinari, smooth as you like. Gallinari opens his account for Italy.
He has been so confident in his outside shot, but then he's also able to take it so strong to the basket that he has shot on 13 free throws on average.
He gets to the line quite a bit. Earns a lot of his points from the free throw line.
Quite a bit. I mean, he gets it
Off
all
in
the
double
time.
digits. Yeah, double digits. Teodosic snaps it past to Kalinic. We know he can shoot it. That's off the mark. And Cinciarini with the rebound for Italy.
Kalinic has been shooting the ball surprisingly well to me. He has made 5 3-pointers in the last 2 games, if you remember. 3 last game, 2 3-pointers before against Iceland. So, you know, I think he's playing with a lot of confidence there with his outside shot. And, of course, we know and we expect some hard-nosed defense there from Nikola Kalinic. That's surely what Coach Sasha Djordjevic expects from this player.
Looking at the Italian brain trust, it is Coach Simone Pinigiani on the right, the head coach of Italy. Here's Gallinari trying to break down Kuzmic. Got some help from Kalinic. Bargnani down to the lane, and his scoop shot is good.
And that is finesse right there by Andrea Bargnani. He goes against Erceg, and Erceg is a guy who can play some defense, move his feet, and Andrea Bargnani just takes it in.
Teodosic turns the corner on Kuzmic's screen, powers it up to the basket.
And that's a great use of his body. He curls in, he's able to take the contact. He's bigger than Cinciarini, just leans into him and then fades away on the shot.
Gentile stops, pops, good.
That's mechanical right there. Also Gentile, that's a young player that we have spoken so much about his potential. He's one of the key players for the EuroLeague team in Milano, but here he is playing like a true seasoned veteran.
Averaging 15 points per game is Gentile. Markovic's pass is intended for Kuzmic. Good help side defense by Bargnani.
I think this is a great game also for Pietro Aradori to get some confidence going, because we expect Bellinelli to be back into the lineup in the next round when they go to the elimination phase. This was the drive here by Teodosic. A lot of contact there from Cinciarini.
Teodosic was asking the referee for a foul, didn't get it. Erceg looking at Radulica, who's coming to the game for Serbia. They just come at you in waves, don't they? Such talent, the Serbia team. Good idea by Erceg.
And now we can expect the Serbs to start looking for Miroslav Radulica on the block to play some one-on-one situation with the back to the basket. He's been also a big-time pleasant surprise there for the Serbs. He didn't have such a great game 1 and game 2, but he has exploded and answered all the calls from his coach in game 3 and 4.
Bjelica did most of the work. We've got offsetting fouls here between Bargnani and Radulica. And George, this is a theme the Italians have had to cope with too. They often get themselves in foul trouble.
Right, I mean, especially if you play with a shorter rotation like they are. I think this is one of the themes that they just really have to be concerned about.
So offsetting fouls on Radulica and Bargnani.
But I also understand why the referees call that, because we got some big guys right there going at it. You want to clean up the act early on.
Speaking of big, here's Erceg with a little mismatch against Gentile. Spins one way, then the other. Gentile holds his ground. Good defense by Italy. Cinciarini kicks to Gentile. He penetrates. Look at the strength of Gentile. And he can't tip it back in.
Almost got it. He was really close to just tip the ball back in.
Teodosic snaps it past to Radulica. Powers it up. It won't fall, but this one will.
And this is Miroslav Radulica. He's got such strength that he took the impact from Bargnani, missed the first shot, but immediately collects the rebound, goes back up. Bargnani just gave up on that.
Bargnani picked up that early foul, so maybe, and he knows he got in foul trouble last night from the elbow, and that is just velvet.
That is silky smooth right there. And he doesn't hesitate at all. I mean, he just squares up immediately, puts up the shot. That's using the quickness against Radulica.
Erceg with a troika for Serbia.
And that's a power forward that's not gonna think about shooting a three-point. You cannot leave him open. This is his game. Stretch out the defense and take an open three-pointer if there is.
Cinciarini probes. He's fouled by Teodosic. That's the first foul on Teodosic. You see Daniel Hackett. There's a three from Zoran Erceg.
You know what I like about Erceg? That he plays sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes he plays 10 minutes, 15 the other game, but he keeps a positive attitude. I have not seen any frustration because of inconsistent minutes that he's getting. I like it. Serbia has got great team chemistry. We said it before. Sasha Djordjevic, ever since the World Cup in Spain last year, he's been able to install just a great atmosphere on the team. You agree with me?
I completely agree. He's an outstanding leader, and he sets the tone. Very focused, very professional. They go one game at a time, and it's not surprising that they are perfect 4-0 so far. Radulic's left-handed hook drops.
That's a power move there by Radulica. A big post-up. He's such a big body that if he goes inside of the paint, you just have to really try to push him out and then hope for the best.
Gallinari goes at Radulica. Radulica moved his feet, played pretty good defense.
True, but that's a smart move there by Gallinari because in his head he does believe that it's the case that he's got the advantage facing Radulica, so he draws the foul. Look at that right here. He looks off, immediately goes to the basket. It's almost impossible for Radulica to play it clean.
Well, Gallinari just going to step into his office. He's already made one free throw. That one in and out.
Let's remind the viewers one more time. This is the 5th game in 6 days, okay? And you see what kind of intensity the players are playing with. Hats off to all of them.
Nicolo Melli will come in and give Gallinari a break.
And this is a sign that Italy just really gonna have to do. They're gonna have to manage the minutes really well today. Nicola Melli cannot get in foul trouble like he did yesterday.
Of course, Marco Cousin still to come in and play a post for Italy. Teodosic, mid-range jumper, and that is just smooth as you like.
And that is smart from Teodosic because we said that he's been struggling from beyond the arc, but if he keeps the two-pointer going and all those assists, I mean, he's gonna keep the defense honest.
Gentile, a little change of direction. Wants a call, doesn't get it. Here's Teodosic in the opening floor. Teodosic calls his own number. Count.
And he is heating up right there. Milos Teodosic making a three-pointer right now. I think he's really settling into his rhythm. Up to double digits already in the first quarter after 7 minutes of play.
It's double deuce to 11. That basket is going to count. Right now, Serbia have got Italy doubled up. They've got them flummoxed and confounded.
Look at Teodosic after missing the first shot. He has made 4 in a row, so right now he's 4 for 5 from the field.
And that's what we expect to see from him. He's had a slow start individually to this tournament, but he's playing very well so far this afternoon.
You are tough to please, Liam, my friend. I mean, you got some high expectations for a lot of players here.
Absolutely, that's the coach in me. It's easy for me and you sitting here, though, isn't it, in the commentary booth? We don't have to make the shots.
Exactly. Or call the plays like the coaches.
Yeah.
We comment on the play after the play is made.
Yeah, we've got the advantage of hindsight. Well, Daniel Hackett checks in now. He'll replace Cinciarini.
And I think that for Italy, he is also a key player to get going. If Aradori and Hackett get going in this game, this will be a huge plus there for Italy for the playoffs.
The shouts of Serbia resound through the arena. A little pocket pass to Radulica. He can't convert. Melli tips it ahead. Only into the hands of Nedovic. Good hustle by Melli. Teodosic! Oh, Milos Teodosic. He is in fuego.
That's a great news there for Serbia. If in the last game in the group phase he can find his outside shooting form, I mean, Serbia will be a hot candidate there in the elimination phase.
Teodosic has got 14 points.
This is Milos Teodosic from last year's World Cup in Spain. I mean, he was just knocking the outside shots unconscious. This is the one-on-one situation. Bargnani against Kalinic, and the foul is called on Kalinic.
Teodosic was All-Star 5 in the World Cup last year. Serbia won the silver medal. They lost to the Americans in the final game.
I mean, he carried his team there, Liam.
He did.
Especially if you remember the semifinal game, I think he had 27 or 29 points. I mean, he was just sizzling hot.
It's a similar experience, I think, for Serbia, George, because Serbia were in a group of death in the World Cup. They were in with Brazil. They were in with France. They were in with Spain, and they themselves qualified through that group.
And they finished fourth, and then they knocked out in the first round of the elimination phase. They knocked out Greece. That till then was just superb.
That's right.
It was all history from there.
Had a great run. Right now, they're perfect, 4-0. Bargnani is perfect from the line. He knocks down 2 free throws to keep Italy ticking over. They trail by 11. Dosic, look at his numbers, 14 points, 5 for 6. The rest of the team have got 11.
And look at Team Serbia. Right now they're going with a 3-guard front.
Nedovic, he lets fly, no good. Long rebound, who's got it? Well, great hustle by Gentile. And smart play by Nedovic as he knocks it off Gentile.
Oh, what a strength there for Serbia and quickness. You got Markovic, Teodosic, and you got Nedovic. 3 guards. Now Teodosic is going to the bench. So you got Bogdanovic there.
And there are very few chinks in Serbia's armor, George, but this is a group that they haven't quite clicked yet. When Teodosic comes off and Nedovic and Bogdanovic come in, they're talented players. They just haven't quite clicked yet.
True, but you got 3 guards there. I mean, any of those guys can play pick it. Oh, that's a mishandle there by Nedovic.
Aradori's reverse layup, good. He finished with some aplomb.
Nice move right there by Aradori. But just to finish it up, you got 3 guards. They can do the pick and roll situation at any time. That's a huge weapon. So good off the dribble, all 3 of them.
Here's that ball screen my partner's talking about. Bogdanovic gets in the lane. He's fouled by Hackett. Good foul discipline from the Italians. Just their 3rd team foul.
You know how difficult it is to play against a 3-guard front because all these guys are so experienced. They just gonna penetrate and kick, and the defense is gonna have to be really alert. Have to be doing the proper rotation after it collapses. Extremely difficult with this quickness.
Markovic might be the most experienced of the 3 guards. This pass to Nedovic. Kuzmic wants the ball in the low post. Bogdanovic with the 3, in and out, and Meli skies for the rebound.
That was a good box out there by Meli. Really skied up for the rebound.
Gentile, top of the key. Gentile, step back. Bogdanovic blocks it. Great defense by Bogdanovic. Nedovic keeps it alive. Serbia break. Bogdanovic gets on the end of it and decides to hold things up.
That's a smart play by Bogdanovic. There was nothing there.
Markovic, his shot, no good. Hackett with the rebound. 30 seconds left here in the first period of the opening game on the 5th day of action in Group B. Meli. Hackett's got a look at a 3, steps in, knocks it down.
That's a huge shot there by Hackett. He hasn't been shooting well from the outside. I thought he was jerking his hand a little bit there in the first few games. I think that was a good form on that shot right there.
Last 10 seconds of the first quarter. Last possession to Serbia. They lead by 6. They're going to try and extend it here. Nedovic had a look at the shot clock. Spots up for 3. No good. Gentile with the rebound. And good execution at the end by Serbia. They don't leave Italy with any time to respond. Well, at the end of 10 minutes of play here in Berlin, Serbia lead Italy. You score 25-19.
Ako napadate ovdje kroz sredinu, te vidio si da otvoreno brane ovaj pik. Otvoreno, puštati to.
George, I like the fact Italy have got themselves to the line 8 times. They had a slow, sluggish start, and when you're struggling to score, I always think it's a good thing to get yourself to the line with some penetration.
Well, they had to try something. They're down 6. Their defense is not working as good as you would hope for if you coach Pjanigiani, because Serbia already scored 25 points. I mean, it is clear that has to be credited to Miloš Teodosic, who's up to 14 points and who's been just knocking shots down unconscious. He's got also 2 assists to go with that. He's so dangerous. If he's got the ball in his hands, you can never know if he's going to go for the shot or even after the fake. If you almost think that he's going out for the shot, he's always looking. If there's somebody cutting in, a big guy or a small forward, he's going to make a great pass.
Well, that's certainly a criticism we leveled against the Italians early. The strength of their defense. They gave up 51 points to Turkey in their opening game at halftime. They lost ultimately by 2, 89-87. You're looking at Milos Teodosic with his numbers. And right now, again, George, Italy are on course to concede 50 points by halftime if Serbia continue to perform at the same level.
Well, it's not going to be easy if they keep like that. But I think this must have been the topic there in the huddle. First time we're going to see Amedeo Della Valle there at the point guard. So that's a young player that really hasn't gotten much of time. So he's going to get some minutes there at the point guard position. He's going to go along with Hackett, Aradori, Melli, and Bargnani. Bargnani just is staying on the floor the whole time. I mean, he's playing some heavy minutes.
Della Valle just 22 years old, getting some key action here. Aradori. He runs into Bargnani and travels. Serbia come out with Markovic, Bogdanovic, Nedovic, Kuzmic, and Erceg.
But I think that Coach Gianni doesn't have much of another option. I think just he needs to really start spreading the minutes early on if he wants to keep some kind of freshness with his guys towards the end of the game.
You're exactly right. You know, although this is a game for the top of the table, Italy got to be aware of the fact that they're riding 4 horses in Gallinari, Bargnani, Gentile, and Bellinelli. Aradori! Oh, what a block by Nedovic! Melli, count it!
What a defensive play there by Nedovic. We said it before. He's probably the most athletic of all the guards that Serbia's got. Great block, but Melli gets it and shoots a 3-pointer.
Well, Melli just got the block and said, what do I do with it? I think I'm going to shoot it. And he threaded it.
And immediately Milos Teodosic gets off the bench. He's going to go and check back into the game.
Bargnani goes at Kuzmic. Melli on the baseline. That's short.
All of a sudden he was open, so he decided to shoot it. I think he was surprised that nobody really guarded him. And he's a good shooter.
Yeah, Melli can stroke it, no doubt about that. Della Valle shoots the passing lane. Nedovic. I'm not sure. It was a late whistle, George, a very late whistle. Melli pleads his innocence.
Yeah, but Nedovic is a great athlete. I think that, you know, he just recovered well from the penetration. Look at it right here. And if Melli did not put his hand down, I mean, that's where he gave a chance to the referees to call the foul. Always if you're a big guy, that's what the coaches do. Try to block the shot with your hand up.
Straight up, that principle of verticality.
Exactly. Don't bring your hand down.
Nemanja Nedovic steps to the line, headed to Unicaja Malaga next year. Bjelica checks in for Serbia. Nedovic was drafted in 2013, first round, 30th pick of the Suns. They traded to Golden State.
Substitution back on court, number 4, Milos Teodosic.
I think there's one tiny thing to say about Nedovic, a bit critical, is that his shot selection hasn't been as good as of Teodosic. The team is not being run as well as if Teodosic is on the floor.
I completely agree. I think, you know, Serbia are just so well oiled with Teodosic at the helm. Is that going to count? Fouls on the floor by Kuzmic.
Well, look at the footwork by Bargnani. I mean, back to Kuzmic on his back. He just perfectly faked to the right. Dipped his left shoulder. This was the block by Nedovic. Look at the athleticism right there. I mean, you can never be sure with this guy on your back.
Great timing. That's a look at Nemanja Nedovic. He's getting a break. Hackett lost the handle momentarily. Trying to find a pass. Bargnani offers himself. Faces against Kuzmic. He's got such great rotation, such nice touch.
Just tell me, how much of an improvement there is in the game of Andrea Bargnani from game 1 to game 5. What a remarkable jump in self-confidence for Andrea Bargnani. We know he's got all the skills, but he just didn't look very confident there in game 1.
Good steal here by Italy. Italy with numbers. Melli goes to the basket. He was tentative, George, wasn't he?
He was a little bit tentative. He saw Bjelica just get kind of, I don't want to say scared, but just concerned about his shot blocking ability. Because you know that Bjelica's got some really long arms on him.
Now Melli commits a foul here down this end. Lacked a bit of confidence as he attacked the basket in transition. Here's the foul by Melli. We get a timeout here in Berlin. Italy have got themselves back in the game. Serbia lead 27-24.
Dobro je ovo, okej, nateraj ga da prodire možda u levu stranu. Pazi, ima leva noga pivot koja ide u sredinu, okej? Ej, moramo da prodiremo, igrajte i dvojku, Teo. Igrajte i peticu, 5 strana, sa ovim prodorima. Evo prodor, nagućite se dobro, jaki pasovi unutra. 1, 2, 3.
Volta, gli esterni, se no Nick, da fuori, hai il tiro come prima.
If you ask me, I think that the Italian reserve has done a fine job there against Serbia. I mean, it's a 3-point game at the moment, and you have some players that have not really logged on much time there for Italy. We have not even seen Marco Cousini yet, so that's an interesting move right there by Coach Pianigiani, just to keep Bargnani for all 12.5 minutes of the game on the floor. I'm actually a little bit surprised with that, but that I praise at the same time the young guys that stepped on the floor.
Well, Bargnani, you're right. He had a slow start to this tournament. To the opening game against Turkey, he had 12 points, but it was a labored performance. And then against Iceland, he really spent most of the time on the bench because Iceland are just so small, and he was having a hard time matching up on the perimeter. Here's Serbia now in the half court. Pass down the gut. Radulica goes this way, goes that way, and then drops it up and in.
And this is why you have Miroslav Radulica in the game. Perfect execution. You knew that they wanted to go with the ball to the inside, and Radulica had Melli on his back.
He delivered for the Serbs, did Radulica. Gentile, the pass read by Teodosic. Della Valle's open. Count it! Oh, welcome to Eurobasket 2015, Della Valle!
What a gutsy shot right there, but Gallinari just immediately passed the ball back to him and asked him, young fella, come on, put it up, show your skills.
Plays for the Reggio Emilia club in Italy. Teodosic, the veteran, he's not fazed by anything.
Oh, he's up to 16 points already. Milos Teodosic, what a game by him.
Hackett, it's going to go out Teodosic. Della Valle, can he make another one in the corner? The corner three-pointer is off. Had a clean look.
I thought he was too open. He thought about it.
Bjelica, he's fouled by Gallinari, and I disagree with this call, George. Let's just explain the call. It's an unsportsmanlike call by the baseline referee. We'll have the pleasure of seeing instant replay, and then we'll get your thoughts on this. There's the foul on Gallinari. Here's the replay.
No, that's a hard foul on the ball. That is absolutely not an intentional foul. The referees have been calling the intentional foul with consistency here. Anytime the player had a clear path to the basket and somebody fouled him from behind, that was an intentional foul. And that's by the book.
I agree.
I did not see that happening here.
This is on the side, and he's making a play for the basketball.
It was almost chest to chest right there. I mean, it was a hard foul, don't get me wrong. Gallinari just wanted to make sure that there was not going to be an N1 situation.
This might be new to any fans watching us in the USA. In the USA, the interpretation is more of an intentional foul, a foul with an intent to injure. And they call it an unsportsmanlike foul in the rest of the world. Radulica, another touch inside. And if Coach Pianigiani doesn't come with Cousine, Serbia will milk that for a while.
Good call, Coach. Marco Cousine is right there. He's getting off the bench, and he's going to have to put some muscle there on Miroslav Radulica.
Gallinari now going to take Radulica to the perimeter. Gallinari, scoop shot, and he draws the foul.
And that's a smart play by the Italians because Radulica has just picked up his third personal foul. So immediately a recognition there to take Radulica when he's guarding Gallinari. Just get him out of there.
Again, he brought his arms down, George, as you said many times. And as soon as you bring those arms down, you're opening yourself to a foul.
I think that Gallinari is just so experienced, and he's got so much confidence in his drive. He's been able to draw fouls against lots faster players, you know. And if he sees Raduljica, who is doing some serious damage there offensively for Serbia, he's just gonna say, thank you very much, Miroslav, I'm gonna take you.
Yeah. Look at the intense concentration of Danilo Gallinari. Gallinari, just to tell you some of the talent of this Italian team. I know it's a few years ago now, but in 2008, he was a first-round pick of the Knicks, the 6th pick taken overall. This is a lottery pick, showing his skills here. Markovic snaps a pass to the wing. Milosavljevic in for Serbia. A little bounce pass to Raduljica, who spins. Oh, that'll make a highlight.
That is just beautiful. Look at the size of Miroslav Raduljica, the way he's doing the spins, lays it in. I mean, this is just some unbelievable basketball for the man his size.
Gallinari trying to get a pass down to Kuzin, read by the Serbians. Teodosic comes up with it. Teodosic turns the corner. Nifty pass, good ball movement by the Serbs. Now Bjelica. Milosavljevic, who's going to shoot it? Great spacing by Team Serbia.
And you saw how unselfish basketball the Serbians showed. I mean, it was 5-6 extra passes. Anytime the player could have just finished it with a shot, but being elected to go with an extra pass.
Well, we're going to take a timeout here in Berlin. It's Serbia against Italy in a battle for the top of the table in Group B. Serbia lead 37-29.
Cerchiamo di capire bene, ragazzi, abbiamo bisogno di stare sull'idea della partita, siamo sempre lì a 2-3 canestri. Allora, Gallo, quel passaggio non c'è, bravo, sono sempre
so impressed with Miroslav Raduljica and his play. I mean, you see how he demands the ball, and when he catches it, there's no doubt in his or my mind that he's going to score. You saw how confident his moves are. He gets low to the ground and uses his body perfectly. Here we see him. He's going to be out of the game because he's got 3 fouls and he's in foul trouble, about 10 points and 3 rebounds, but 5 for 7 shooting.
George, talk about the hands. I mean, there's a great demonstration. Raduljica caught that ball with one hand. How important as an interior player to have good hands?
He is not very vertical. I mean, you don't see Miroslav Raduljica making too many spectacular dunks over people, but he knows how to use his big, wide body. He creates space, and then he's got great hands, as you just said. I mean, he can almost throw in the ball anywhere. If it's on the run or somewhere on the post up, he's just gonna go and get it. But you see his face. I mean, he's showing no emotions. I mean, he's here to take care of business.
He'll play for Panathinaikos next year in the EuroLeague in Athens. Hackett with some EuroLeague experience off the window, no good. Hard drive by Hackett, pass ahead to Milosavljevic, gets on the end of it, chases it down. There's Teodosic on the wing. Bjelica has a mismatch inside. And the foul against Delavalli.
That was a big-time mismatch there. Delavalli had the guard, Bjelica there on the switch. Good recognition by Team Serbia. They immediately isolated Bjelica on the inside, looked for him, and he was fouled. That's another key there for Serbia. If they see a mismatch, they immediately spread out and allow the guy who's got mismatch to play one-on-one.
Erceg showing some guard skills. Dropped the pass inside for Milosavljevic, and he's lucky to get it back, I think. Last touch by an Italian defender. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Milosavljevic, I beg your pardon, Teodosic with another 3.
And this is confident. Milos Teodosic, you see right here, he steps into the three-pointer, points to the sky. I mean, this is the shooter that we know.
Teodosic has 19 points. He's starting to come good as the tournament's facing its business end.
And this is what you want with your best players. You don't want to peak too early.
Gentile shot short, numbers here. Serbia in a 3-on-2. Markovic fans out. Teodosic gonna pull the trigger. Why not? That's short.
He had to shoot it after being so hot early on. 19 points so far. No wonder he took that early three-pointer.
Gallinari's in a double team. Now somebody has to be open. It's Hackett. Della Valle, a little show and go. His pass to Gallinari. Gallinari step back, and that is a big-time move.
Oh, that's a nice penetration by Della Valle. He just weaved through traffic, was able to drop the pass down to Gallinari, who does his thing.
Bielitsa, he's feeling it.
We have not seen him for a while, but
don't forget about him. You can't forget about him, that's for sure.
Oh, he's such an unselfish player that if somebody else is hot, I mean, he's got no problem to share the ball.
Hackett's pass just off the mark. And I think what Hackett's saying, George, how many times do we see it? I think players mentally are just so used to a shooter being right in the corner.
Yep. You saw it before. A few times there, the player that was penetrating was just looking for his shooter straight in the corner, just exactly as you said. So we got substitution here. Bargnani and Aradori come back to the game with Serbia leading 11, 42-31.
Bielitsa uses the screen. Stripped momentarily. Markovic thinks about it.
And now there's a tough matchup there for Bargnani to stay with Bielitsa.
Bielitsa, shot, no good. Bargnani does a good job defensively. Those two will see each other next year in the NBA as Bielitsa's heading to Minnesota.
That was a fine defensive job there by Bargnani. I put it Bielitsa for sure with his skills and quickness. Had advantage against him, but Bargnani stands his own. He can move his feet, and then he's got such long arms. Here we see Marco Bellinelli, who had an incredible shooting performance against Turkey, 7 for 9 there from the three. I'm sorry, against Spain. That was the game against Spain.
That's just going to count here for Gentile. What a classic European encounter that was. 105-98. Italy beats Spain.
Is Gentile strong going to the basket? Look at that one more time. He's like a bull. He just puts his head down, shoulder down. It is so hard for Nikola Kalinic to take all that impact and really play defense.
And Kalinic is not, he's not a small player by any stretch of the imagination.
No, that's a strong player right there.
Gentile plays for EA7 Olimpia Milano. Averaged 14 points per game last year in the EuroLeague. He's averaging 15 here in Eurobasket 2015. Little hook pass to Evseg, who'll step into a three. And I just love that from Serbia. That's a 4 guy beating the 5 guy who's spotting up for a 3.
I mean, right now with Bielitsa and Erceg, you got some seriously mobile big men on the floor.
Gallinari was open, didn't get it. Bargnani better make it for Italy. It's off the mark, and Bielitsa claws the rebound.
Look at the quickness of Teodosic.
Oh, pass to Bielitsa! Sharing the sugar!
This is how important Milos Teodosic is for his team. You saw it right there. There's no other guard on the Serbian team that can distribute the ball on the fast break like Teodosic.
Teodosic is sharing the cookie. And Bielitsa takes it to the cookie jar. Gentile so strong. His pass to Cinciarini. Let's fly. Good. Ronald's home at 3. Cinciarini.
And this is exactly as you said. He is spotting up in the corner, and the penetrator finds him. Just slide to the corner.
Well, Nedovic certainly likes that play. Why not? We're inside the huddle of Serbia.
And we spoke about it before, that the good teams, they are looking out to run and get some easy baskets. That's what Serbia understands and does with the best of them.
And that's the exciting part of the game for the fans too, George, isn't it? We want to see 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s.
You want to see some dunks like that, great passes like the one by Teodosic. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you got Bielitsa at 4 and Erceg at 5, those guys can even play 3 position, you know, so they are capable of running the floor better than anybody else.
This coach Simone Pinigiani Andrea Bagnani, speaking of lottery picks, Andrea Bagnani was a lottery pick of his own in 2006. He was the first player chosen in the NBA draft by the Toronto Raptors. He's played many years with the New York Knicks. He'll play with the Nets next year. Serbia trying to respond to Cinciarini's three. Gentile picks up the pass of Teodosic. Gentile showing some quickness. Gentile kicks to Aradori, just bounces it to set his feet. Uh-oh, things are getting a little bit tasty here.
Those are two hard-nosed players right there, Nikola Kalinic and Gallinari. You got two guys that like a lot of contact. I think they just tangled up right there. It was the elbow over elbow. Nobody wanted to let go the other one.
You can see the Serbian fans venting their spleen as they shout at Gallinari. The referees are going to confer to see what. Got a foul on Gallinari. It's the 5th team foul for Italy, so it'll bring shooters. And right now, the crew chief is going to bring Kalinic and Gallinari together to be like a teacher in the schoolyard.
Well, it's good to talk to. I always say if the referees keep talking to them, this is the situation right here. They just tangled up right there. I mean, there was maybe a bit of an elbow there by Kalinic, but nothing happens. I mean, it's broken up. I think that the players get respect for each other. Referees immediately break it up, and then they talk to them. I always say it's a good thing if the referees keep talking to the players. There's some line, of course. They cannot talk to them the whole game, but if they talk to them with a good intent, it's always a positive thing.
I completely agree with you. It's a sign of a mature referee, confident in their job. They can talk to the players, explain things.
Just diffuse the tension right there. I'm sure that everything is fine now between Kalinic and Gallinari. I mean, this is a man's game, and there's a lot of contact these days in basketball, especially around the basket.
Yeah, I hope those two guys get along. They're going to be on the plane tonight. They're going to be flying together to Lille.
If both of them get the emergency exit row that I'm hoping for.
George, I don't think you've got any chance to get in the emergency row here. We've got Gallinari and Bagnani, Erceg, Kuzmic, Radulica, and that's just the guys on the floor right now. We're leaving late tonight to get to Lille. Both of these teams are going right now. This clash for the top of the table. Bagnani uses his body to good effect. Can't get it to drop. Markovic, pass ahead to Kalinic. Bjelica the trailer. Look how the Serbs space you out. They're so much fun to watch. Oh, backdoor cut by Erceg. And he misses. Gentile. Good defense by Gentile.
That's a challenge by Gentile. I don't think he has given up ever on any defensive play. He just goes there.
I've seen him block a few shots in this tournament.
Remember yesterday he had 4 personal fouls and he still went for a block on the drive.
Bagnani down inside to Gallinari, and he goes at Kalinic, who gets called for the block.
He is just relentless offensively. You talk about Gallinari, you see some contact, you see him driving to the basket, but we have seen him made something. Put 3-pointers off the dribble, just creating a shot. So look at it right here. That's a great cut to the basket and a great find.
It is. I don't see a foul here, but you know, poor Kalinic picked up his 3rd. You can see what he thinks about it. I'd like to see the referees play on, but either way, Gallinari is going to get to the line and shoot his and one.
But give me an assessment. How strong is Gallinari?
Oh, he is. There's no doubt about it. I sat next to him at the press conference last night. I had to move over. It's a bit like sitting next to you. I got to make space for you.
Come on, my wife tells me I got narrow shoulders, wide hips. You know, what are you talking about?
Gallinari attacks on the N1. He's going to be replaced here by Nicolo Melli. I think it's a great substitution by Pignani. Get Gallinari out, let him cool down a bit as we bring the last possession here in the first half. Italy have got themselves close. They trail by 8. Serbia, 23 seconds to deal here in the first half of the opening game here on game day 5. Markovic is having a conversation with the referee. Radulica hands off to Teodosic. He's going to pull the trigger on a 3. Off the mark. And Gentile with a defensive rebound for Italy. Well, at the end of one half of play here in Group B, in the clash for the top of the table, Serbia lead Italy 48-40.
Ladies and gentlemen, also today, a very important message for you. Dear guests, please leave arena quickly.
Here's a look at the tail of the numbers.
Look at the statistic. Over 40% shooting percentage from the three for the Italians. A little bit low number there from two, only 8 for 20. So that's credit to the interior defense of Serbia that has really shut down the interior there for the Italians. Even scored there on the boards almost with 18 rebounds for Serbia, 17 for Italy. Assists, I would say on both sides we've seen some pretty basketball. Both teams sharing the ball.
Low turnovers, 3 each. Serbia with the 15 fouls against them. We'll take a look at how the points are distributed. It's a moving day here in Group B. Tate Dosic with 19 points. He is absolutely on fire here in the opening half. Gallinari with 11. Gentile helping the Italians on the backboard. Well, we'll take a break here in Berlin. It's halftime in our opening game here on game day 5 between Serbia and Italy.
DJ, please start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Berlin Arena. Welcome back to Game Day 5 in Group B. It is the final day of action here in the preliminary rounds of Eurobasket 2015. What a Eurobasket it is. We've got action from Berlin, Riga, Montpellier in the initial group stages, Zagreb and Croatia, the 4 sites. Remember, 4 teams from each of the groups will advance to the knockout stage in Lille. We're watching 2 teams here at halftime between Italy and Serbia who have already qualified. This battle is for the top of the table in Group B. It means they will cross over with who is the number 4 team in Group A. We'll try to bring you up to date with how things shake up in Group A as we go throughout today's telecast. Stay with us throughout the day. We have 3 games here in Group B. But just to keep things simple now, George, these 2 teams know coming out of the changing rooms they have to win to go top of the group.
That's it. I mean, that's a simple mathematic right here. Who wins today is going to be on top of this group, and it's really important because you cross over with the other group, namely with Group A in Montpellier. So you're really looking to be placed as high as possible to, theoretically speaking, on the paper, to get the easiest opponent in the first round of the elimination round.
Well, it's halftime, 48-40. The Serbs lead by 8. You're looking at points in the paint. Look at Serbia throwing it inside to the big fellas.
And that's mostly thanks to Miroslav Radulica, who's been just phenomenal there in the first half. He's shooting 5 for 7 from the field. He played only, get this, he played only 6 minutes, and he scored 10 points. I mean, that's instant offense. And I said it before, Miroslav Radulica coming off the bench is better than Miroslav Radulica starting. When he goes there off the bench immediately, the other 4 Serbian players space out on the perimeter, and they just really, with intent, look for Radulica to post up strong on the inside.
You called him the microwave. He comes in and he gives you instant production. There's Coach Djordjevic, a steely and determined look. Coach Djordjevic, his team are perfect. They bring a 4-0 record into this afternoon's game. By contrast, Italy are 3-1. Again, if Italy win this, both teams will be 4-1, but Italy will go top as the head-to-head is the first tiebreaker. Wide open, Bjelica. He slips the screen and lays it up and in. Good vision by Teodosic.
That was a great vision by Teodosic. He's averaging 7 assists a game, and some of those assists are just mind-blowing. The way he sees the court and involves his teammates, that is so valuable for the team.
Gentile in the lane to Cinciarini. Little up fake. Extra pass to Gentile. Back to Cinciarini. Pretty basketball by the guards.
That was a nice move and a good recognition by Gentile that Cinciarini had a good angle in the basket because Teodosic was faked out and was behind him.
Gentile right now having a word with Aradori as they try to sort things out. So let's get the 5 sorted. It's Bogdanovic, Kuzmic, Bjelica, Teodosic, and Markovic for Serbia. Little shake and shimmy by Bogdanovic. He gets in the lane. Left-handed shot is short. Aradori, Cinciarini, Gentile, Gallinari, and Bargnani for the Italians. Gallinari in the low post. He's got his length over Markovic. Spins. Great timing. His pass intended for Aradori. Referees are going to confer now. Good refereeing as the baseline referee helps out. You can see a laugh there by Coach Pianigiani.
The Ukrainian referee, Sergei Zashuk, didn't have a very good angle there, but the umpire rules over.
Left-handed finger roll by Gentile, kept out by Kuzmic. Gentile is truly annoyed. He looks like a kid who's lost his favorite toy.
It was almost in there. I mean, Kuzmic, look at that one more time. I mean, it goes up. Now it's a live ball, and Kuzmic can go and get it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely in line with the regulations.
Once it strikes the rim, anybody can touch it.
Yep, that's it. And Kuzmic was just waiting right there. He's a great and strong athlete there.
He is, and he gets the start. As speaking of strong athletes, Teodosic going to go to the line for 2 shots. Foul on Gentile, his second foul. And what a habits Ben George from Teodosic.
What a line he's got. 19 points, 6 assists. I mean, he is just leading Team Serbia today. Already up to 50 points.
Yeah, they're at the 50-point mark. Teodosic averages 10 points per game. Here's Coach Djordjevic. And now Teodosic at 20. The shouts of Serbia bounce across both sides of the arena. The Serbian fans, George, have turned up in their numbers throughout the week.
And you know they support their team. They love the team. It's going to be really interesting how many of them come to Lille, France for the elimination round.
You have to travel all the way across Europe, from Southern Europe and the Balkans, all the way to Northern Europe and Lille.
Looking at them, I don't think that will be a big problem.
Gentile, he'll make sure of this one.
And no challenge there by Bjelica. He was just kind of standing there watching.
He's so patient, isn't he, Gentile? He keeps looking for, almost like a American football running back, looking for a crease to attack.
He's got such a strong body. I mean, once he gets going, you give him the angle, it's really difficult to get back there defensively.
Bjelica. Kuzmic wants it in the low post. Bogdanovic is going to stroke it, no good. And Gallinari with the rebound. Gentile with a mismatch on Kuzmic. Medium jumper, stop and pop, no good. And we've got a foul here, and it's on Kuzmic.
Against Gallinari. I'll tell you what, if Gentile learns how to keep his cool, because that's one of his problems, that he just gets so upset sometimes with some of the calls or mistakes that he makes, he's going to be a special player.
The foul on Teodosic and not Kuzmic. Gallinari and Bjelica, what a mouth-watering matchup this is. Gallinari moves to Aradori, extra pass to Cinciarini. Oh, Cinciarini skips to the lane and lays it up and into the buzzer.
He just dances his way through to the basket. What a move there by Andrea Cinciarini.
I've been impressed with his play today, George. He's provided a little bit of offense. He's been steady. Guards Teodosic.
That's what we asked for.
Markovic threads it.
That's a hard-nosed player right there, Stevan Markovic. He's the most used player there for the Serbians. He had 18 minutes there in the first half. He's getting some heavy minutes.
He's a warrior. Gentile slides by Bogdanovic, left-handed shot. This time it drops.
And Gentile is just really attacking the rim. That's 9 points for him.
Markovic around the screen of Kuzmic. Slips a bounce pass to Kuzmic. Kuzmic's first attempt won't fall. Second one will. And a foul here on Bargnani. And George, you know, I don't know, I sound like a broken record. I think you just let this go and we continue play.
No, but I give a lot of praise there for Kuzmic. I mean, he missed the first one, but just he stays with that. He knows this Miroslav Radulica is waiting there. Look at the replay here. And he was fouled.
George, you're a big guy, man. He barely touched him. It was a little tip in. It didn't impact the shot.
No, but I was speaking to the referees, like actually today at breakfast, and they said that they just have to and they want to maintain the same measuring stick for everybody under all circumstances.
At the same time, you want to see your stars stay on the floor. You don't want to pick up cheap fouls. We don't want to see Bargnani with 5 fouls on the bench. That's just why we love the game, right? All kinds of talking points.
Well, I'm not sure if you're going to see Andrea Bargnani much longer. So he just picked up his another offensive foul there. Yeah, it's on Bargnani.
So his third personal foul. He gets one on each end.
It's a big swing from one personal foul to 3 in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. Teodosic, backdoor cut to Markovic. Beautiful basketball by the Serbs.
And you see the Serbian players just keep on cutting anytime that Teodosic got ball in his hands.
Serbia opened up a 12-point lead. Gentile draws a double team. Gentile trying to find some space. Shot clock running down. Gallinari can't get on the end of the pass. Pinajani's going to need a timeout here soon if Serbia turn this into points. A 3-on-1. Kuzmic didn't get it. Markovic better make it. Kuzmic with the rebound. Whoa, Kuzmic was open down the lane. Bogdanovic didn't see him. Bogdanovic with the troika!
He just lets it fly right there. Bogdanovic on the receiving end. All that pass, squares up. Look at him one more time. He just immediately shoots it.
Well, George, Serbia have come out of the halftime and really firing all cylinders. They've opened up a 15-point lead against Italy.
And that's the biggest lead of the game for Serbia. And just judging by the last offensive possession that I saw right there, Serbia is playing with so much self-confidence. It's unbelievable because it was an offensive rebounding situation. The ball goes around the horn, goes to Bogdanovic, and immediately after getting the offensive rebound, 3 seconds after that, he is launching another three-pointer. There was not really anybody there for the offensive rebound, but he didn't care. I mean, he just made it. You saw the bench scoring there, 21-9, and if we call for the reserves of Italy, you have to step it up. It is not happening so far. That's why Serbia has opened up the biggest lead of the game, 63-48, 15 points.
You've mentioned this in previous telecasts to any viewers who may just be joining us about how the depth of Serbia, they get so many points off their bench.
They're so even. The depth of Team Serbia, we said maybe 10 deep rotation.
Achille Polonara checks in for Italy as Coach Pinigiani tries to share some minutes. Bargnani's shot is good, and Polonara just made sure.
They credit to Bargnani this time, though.
Polonara is matched up against Nedovic. This will be difficult. Kuzmic spots up. That rims out.
Probably not exactly the shot that Coach Georgia would like Kuzmic to shoot.
Aradori to Cinciarini, and Kuzmic puts him off.
That was a gutsy challenge there by Cinciarini.
Nedovic, a little hesitation. Oh! Achille Polonara! Oh my goodness!
Are you kidding me?
Oh
Where
my
did he get that? Don't underestimate the young fella. He hasn't gotten much playing time, but I mean, he can scout Cadera here. And then he's against Nedovic, who's a great athlete himself.
Well, what a great block by Achille Polonara. You can see the foul there on Markovic to stop the Italian fast break.
And he got the Italian fans call. Got me off my chair, too.
Unbelievable.
Who do you call Il Mago from the Italians?
That's Rodriguez. Chacha Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right, from Spain. But I don't know. I think that there's a strong take there by Teodosic to be called the Il Mago.
Yeah, he pulls the strings for the Italians. That's for the Serbians, I beg your pardon, that's for sure. I got to work on my Serbian, pick up a few more words, George.
It's been difficult with you with the Icelandic. You've been slacking off on your lessons.
We'll see Iceland in the nightcap. I'm sure you've got a few more Icelandic phrases to reveal at that time. Stay with us throughout the day. 3 games to come in Group B. Bargnani, he loves that little mid-range jumper. It falls softly off the rim. Nedovic. Look at Radulica go rim to rim. And Bjelica strolls right down Main Street and lays it up and in.
And that's what you have to love it if you go Djordjevic. That's passing between the big men. Radulica gets in the post, immediately looks at Bjelica cutting down the lane.
Hackett sweeps. Aradori sweeps, and he's fouled on the baseline.
Good ball movement there by Italy this time. It was a penetration by Hackett. He swings it to Aradori, who takes it strong to the basket. Is fouled. And clear foul there by Bogdanovic. But did you see Radulica? He's not one-dimensional player that anytime he gets it like the black hole that you don't see the ball. He gets it, and if he sees it, his teammate, he's gonna pass. It's like it's contagious. I mean, this team, everybody likes to share the ball. Player 1 to player 12.
I agree with you. And how many times do you see it? Sometimes the ball goes into the low post, and as you say, it's a black hole. It goes in there and never comes back out again. Bogdanovic flashes to the high post. It goes into the low post to Radulica. And there it is, inside out play. Bjelica, his shot off the mark. Gentile with the rebound. Italy to the races. Gentile, a little hesitation. Hackett's open. Aradori holds the ball a little too long. That's the difference, George, isn't it? The Serbs 1-2 seconds and the ball moves.
Yep.
Polonara, can he shoot it? Yes, he can.
Nice touch by Polonara. He had a bit of a problem to handle the pass, but then when he got it finally in his hands, that was a nice shot.
Well, Italy have clawed back 4 points from the 15-point deficit that they faced. They now trail by 11 on the strength of this jump shot here by Achille Polonara.
I'll tell you what, Italy is just refusing to go away. It was up to 15, the biggest lead of the game. It's back down to 11.
I think it's a great timeout here by Coach Djordjevic just to slow things down and try and get the momentum back their way.
He's been very smart about using his timeouts. I mean, anytime that any of the teams, of the opponents were making run at this team, he just used the timeouts wisely.
Ostaješ tu, za njim dalje ovaj Teo ili Bogdan. Napadamo i ovo. Na kraju napadamo kao čoveka.
Both teams we saw at halftime, George, the battle of the boards was even. It's 5 and 4 for offensive rebounds. You're looking at Coach Pinajani applying his trade.
Serbia just making it happen a lot more from the paint. Points in the paint, 26 for Serbia, only 16 for Italy. So Serbia just really asserting themselves around the basket. That's why they're shooting such a high percentage there from the two, 61%. Italy goes to the zone.
Serbia first possession. Coming out of the timeout. Touch pass inside to Radulica. He draws the double team. And travels. Good defense by Italy.
He was trying to step through because he knew he had a mismatch there with Hackett guarding him in the post. But just kind of shuffle his spin. Look at him one more time. Yep. You just see a little tiny middle step right there by Radulica. Good call by the referees. They're not going to cut him any slack with his size against Hackett.
You know what it's like? Those big guys, they're like magnets for referees' calls. You remember those from your playing days. Polonara steps away, short. And Melli can't keep it alive for Italy. Polonara's getting the most out of his minutes.
He is, and he's not afraid to step into the shot. He made that medium-range jumper before the timeout.
Melli switches with Polonara. Here's Teodosic in the lane. I think he's fouled by Daniel Hackett.
Number 23, Daniel Hackett, second foul.
Second foul on Hackett.
That's already bonus there. Italy's got 5 fouls.
Teodosic stays in his free throw shooting routine every time. He's methodical. Teodosic now with 22 points on the afternoon.
If it goes in, then
stay with it.
Yeah, that's right. Why fix it if it's not broken?
That's exactly right. Hackett gets across the midcourt stripe, calls the play for Italy. Into the short corner. Polonara kicks it back out to Gentile. 8 on the shot clock. Gentile, is he fouled?
It's on the floor. On Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic can't believe it.
They kind of bailed him out because he was going straight towards Bjelica and had Bogdanovic on his shoulder, kind of sandwiched there between the two defenders. Look at that, nowhere to go. Yeah, Bjelica was right there to meet him with the chest.
So Gentile earns himself a trip to the line. The Serbian fans let out a shout on that miss. They were aggrieved at the call. Makes both. We're in the Berlin Arena. What a great venue it is, George. We've got the Supertron jumbo screen above us, and we've had great crowds here throughout the week.
It's absolutely a classy arena. Look at Bjelica. He again finds his stroke. Today he's been silent, but if he gets an open look at the basket or he's open on the cut, he's finishing it up.
Speaking of classy, what a great stroke by Bjelica. Aradori trying to unlock the defense here of Serbia. Here's Hackett to Gentile. Gentile gets called for the travel.
And that's back up to 15, the biggest lead of the game. So let's see if Serbia can even extend on that.
I got a tough question for you, George. If you're Coach Pinajani, do you come back in with Gallinari and Bargnani, or are you tempted to look ahead to the knockout phase and rest those guys?
I think he's going to make that decision between the third and fourth quarter right now.
Best thing for Italy is if this group on the floor can just stay close. Gentile with a foul, is it going to count? I'm not sure about this, but...
No, that's a continuation. He was already in the motion. Well, I think it's a great call. So I think that you're starting to get the answer to the question that you just posed. I think if it goes up to 20, I think that Coach Biani Gianni is going to save his players for the rest of the tournament. Let's see. He has to think about it, but at the same time, he's got such a short rotation with Datome and Bellinelli out, and he doesn't have too many options there sitting on the bench.
Well, the three NBA players right now for Italy are on the bench. Bellinelli a scratch today. He's got a slight injury. Bargnani and Gallinari right now are rooted to the pine. Gentile! Oh, Gentile right down the boulevard, sends it home.
Look at Gentile just exploding to the basket. I called him, but boom!
Well, Gentile is taking matters into his own hand. Nice pass. Oh, look at Polonara get up. It'll count for Bogdanovic, but Polonara, he's a shot blocker, jumping jack.
He can get off the ground really quickly, and he's got long arms. Look at the long arms he's got on him.
Remember, once the ball strikes the backboard, you cannot touch it till it hits the rim. Behind the back pass by Hackett. Gentile, this time he'll stop and he'll make the mid-range jump shot on Bogdanovic.
I mean, he's showing some skills there, Liam.
He is. Gentile starting to fill it up. He has 14 points. Well, we're bringing the third quarter to a close. Final ticks. Serbia in a commanding position as they try to secure top of the table here in Group B. Radulica with a seal. Bogdanovic, no good. Radulica with the inside position, tips it up and in, and it'll count.
What a play by Radulic. He just camps there in the lane, gets a hand on the rebound. Even he is smiling here.
You don't see that very often, do you?
Not so much, not so often.
Here you score at the end of 3 quarters of play. It is Serbia 74, Italy 59.
Good move by the referees. They're gonna go review the last play. Just to make sure that Radulica didn't shoot it or didn't tip it in after the clock, after the third quarter was over.
George, what's happening there in the Serbian timeout? I heard Gentile. I don't think Coach Djordjevic is too happy that Gentile is going right down to the heart of the defense.
Well, he's talking about breaking the defense down, meeting the blocks, just being always going through the screens there. The Italian said, just being aggressive. But I was taking my knowledge of the Serbian a little bit to the stretch. Sasha Djordjevic was speaking awfully fast for me. I had no chance to say slow down, Sasha.
Well, the basket will not count, so the referees reviewed it. And you didn't see on your screen, but right in front of us, the lead official, there's the dunk from Gentile. Just waved the basket off. The Italian fans have been adding a real atmosphere here to this tournament as well, haven't they?
And Radulica is not smiling anymore. The coaches just told him. He's shaking his head. He was sure it was on time.
Well, here's the answer to the question. So Gallinari and Bargnani are going to start here in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
So this is going to be the push. They're going to give it 2-3 minutes, and if they don't cut the lead down, I think that could be it for Italy.
Italy come out with Bargnani, Gallinari, Hackett, Aradori, and Gentile. Gentile, little pass to Bargnani in the lane, and he's money from there.
Great passing, and I think that Italy just really going to make a run for it right now.
Serbia come out with Nedovic, Bogdanovic, Teodosic, Erceg, and Radulica. I beg your pardon, it's Milo Savljevic, not Bogdanovic. That shot from Teodosic off the mark.
Strong rebound there by Gallinari. Not really anybody to challenge that. Radulica was outside on the three-point line.
Good defense by Teodosic as he closes the penetration on Gentile. Now Gallinari, he loves that three, no good.
Oh, that had a good direction right there. Just grazed the rim.
Bounce pass to Radulica, who lays it up. Just wouldn't fall, but he draws the foul.
Again, a great pass after the pick by Radulica. That's his strength. I mean, he's gonna be good, 130, 135 kilos, and when he sets that pick, and he's got quick hands, I mean, quick feet, though. He just rolls there. Just couldn't finish. If he was a little bit more vertical and could finish these with the dunks, I mean, he would be a powerhouse.
He's got a nice touch as he shows there at the free throw line. The foul on Aradori.
This is the only thing I think this is preventing him from going to the NBA and staying in Europe, is the verticality, because he does not have it.
Got a good body, good frame.
Soft touch.
Soft touch. He did have a brief stint with the Milwaukee Bucks, who traded him to the Clippers. The Clippers waived him, so had a brief stint with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But you're right, George. You just can't make a stay there in the USA. This man can. Bargnani. That shot falls off the rim. Milo Savljevic with the rebound. Erceg steps into a three. Got it.
That's Zoran Erceg. Anytime you give him an open three-pointer, he's going to take it. He's got such a soft touch.
And the Serbian team are impressive. Extremely impressive. And whoever they get in Group A, remember this group crosses with Group A, they've got a handful. Speaking of a handful, Danilo Gallinari steps back with a three of his own.
They just don't quit. Italians immediately come down and shoot a three-pointer of their own.
Aradori cuts off Nedovic. Erceg in the low post. Got Hackett. Radulica looking for a pass. Drops a bounce pass to Milo Savljevic. And Hackett commits a foul with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to put your hands in your pocket when the shot clock is running down. Just a reminder of the situation here in Group B. Serbia and Italy have qualified, as have Turkey. This battle is for top of Group B. We'll see Turkey in the last game tonight. Radulica in the low post. Spins and goes up and lays it in. He left Bargnani for dead.
Look at a little flavor spin move there by Radulica. I mean, he's having a superb game. 14 points in 13 minutes, just really getting after it when he gets on the floor.
I tell you, it's the second time now Radulica has tried to take a charge, and he's doing his best. He's moving his feet quick, trying to get that charge.
Yep. This is frustrating for him because I thought he had a pretty good position, but Gallinari at the same time, I think he's looking for the contact against Radulica. He wants to get a big fella out of there. And he's in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls in 13 minutes right there. If you look at Miroslav Radulica, he's going to have to go to the bench again.
George, could that be a reason why Coach Djordjevic starts him in a 6th-man role off the bench just to kind of preserve some fouls early on?
I think they start, with the looks from the outside. They get the outside game going. Let's look at Aradori. He misses the outside shot. And then I think after 5 minutes, Djordjevic just goes with Radulica to establish the inside game.
So Kuzmic gets the start. Radulica comes in. Erceg, he can shoot it. That's no good, but Bjelica with the follow-up.
Might you see how he just effortlessly collected that, just laid it in. He wasn't even sure he wanted to do the rim racker.
They all count. Bjelica with the putback. Bargnani trying to carve out space, and he just elevates. He went to the 11th floor, and he left Milo Savljevic on the 1st floor.
He just dips his shoulder in, turns, perfect execution.
Teodosic, quick release, and he is feeling it. Teodosic is having the game of the tournament for him. He has 26 points.
How about Hackett? I mean, Hackett thought he was really close to Teodosic to prevent the shot. Just no chance. I mean, you give him half a meter or maybe even 20 centimeters, and it is going up. If Milos Teodosic is feeling like he is today, he's up to 26 points. He got an assist.
We'll get a warm round of applause from the Serbian fans. George, he's 8 for 12 from the floor. Is Teodosic 4 from 7 from behind the rainbow.
You see the three-pointer right there, and I think this is the greatest news there for Team Serbia, that their emotional leader is playing the way he is.
Shouts of MVP from the Serbs. Bargnani silences them. Italy trail by 16.
Solid game by Bargnani, up to 17.
Erceg to Milo Savljevic. Backs it back out. Bogdanovic lets fly with a 3. Velvet.
That's some serious assault we got here. The three-pointers just raining on both sides. High percentage, 42% for Serbia, 41% for Italy. Both teams are shooting the ball well.
Gentile uses his body so well. Oh, great move by Gentile.
Straight from the weight room right there against big fella Zoran Erceg. He had him on his back, but he just scared him himself. Look at that right here. That's power. That is power.
He had to go right up through the hands of Bogdanovic, who fouled him pretty good. Misses the free throw, but the Italians are in too early.
And Gentile argues his case that he crossed over. He didn't get the rebound. But the referees explained that he crossed over the free throw line, and you cannot do that. But the look of determination on Gentile's face, I mean, he doesn't give up regardless of the score time, amount of games that he has played.
No, he's a real warrior. We're looking at Andrea Cicciarini. Speaking of warriors, in comes Kalinic.
And he's only 22 years old.
Nikola Kalinic or Gentile?
Gentile.
Yeah, he's a young talent. Plays for Armani Milano. Bogdanovic is going to use the screen of Erceg. Finds Bjelica all by himself with a flush.
And this time he makes sure, because Gentile was there to challenge the shot. So Bjelica goes up strong and brings the house down. Good finish there by Bjelica.
Shouts of Serbia in the Berlin arena. Aradori trying to find Bargnani. Aradori. Oh, nifty drive by Aradori.
That was really crafty. He was going right and swept back to the left. Finished the shot. What a lane.
17 points the difference, and still Gallinari and Bargnani on the floor. Bogdanovic rises, and not as smooth as you like. Coach Pinigiani wants a timeout, and so we'll take a break here from Berlin. Serbia have a comfortable lead, 92-73 over Italy.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Liam, here, that maybe Coach Pinigiani should sub in his players, but at the same time, I think it becomes a psychological game that Italy doesn't want to get blown out by 25 plus or 30 points, if the reserves don't do the job. So, these teams will be played in 48 hours in Lille, France, so you have to also consider that, not only saving the energy for your players, which I understand.
I completely agree, and I think you probably heard this from your playing days. Winning becomes a habit. Winning becomes contagious. You want to stay in that winning frame of mind.
And it is not easy to lose by a big margin and just to put it behind you. Because this is a huge rivalry. I mean, we call this the group of death because it is so even. And all these players are ultra competitive. They don't want to lose the game by a big margin.
Well, Italy break the huddle with Meli, Cinciarini, Cousin, Aradori, and Gentile.
So it means that Bargnani and Gallinari do go to the bench.
Bargnani checks out with 17 points. He's the leading scorer for the Italians. Gentile with 16. Gentile still in there. I think if Coach Pinigiani told Gentile you're coming out, he'd say, no, Coach, I'm going back in. Aradori stripped. He's fouled by Bogdanovic. It's the fourth team foul on Serbia and the fourth personal foul on Bogdanovic.
Speaking about Gentile, 23-year-old for Italy, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Yeah, those are good numbers.
34 minutes on the floor.
Yes.
Not looking tired at all.
Aradori tried to get a pass to Kuzin, intercepted by Serbia.
That was a tough pass. That was behind Kuzin. He just could not reach back in.
Nikola Milutinov in for Serbia. Bogdanovic in and out. Nedovic playing cat and mouse with Gentile. Skips around the screen. Nedovic fills it.
Finally gets a three-pointer. He hasn't been shooting the ball as well as he did in the first game when he made 2 consecutive three-pointers against Spain, but finds his mark on this occasion.
Kuzin in the low post, and he's fouled by Nedovic, and Nedovic rubs his head. He's annoyed.
He knows that that was a mistake.
His third personal. And Kuzin earns himself a trip to the line.
But he did immediately look to Coach Georgievich like, I know I made a mistake.
Sometimes you look over to the coach and you take responsibility. Other times you just don't look at the coach.
Must see the coach, yeah. But usually the coach makes sure that you hear him.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Well, we've got 3 minutes to play here. Serbia with a comfortable lead. Erceg to Kalinic. Erceg posts up against Aradori. Backs down Aradori. Got a foul here. I think it's on Aradori. It is on Pietro Aradori.
Let's look at Group A that we got here in Montpellier, France. If you can say a few words about that, because this is the matchup with Group B here in Berlin.
It looks like it's going to be Israel and France playing today for top of the group. Poland will play Finland for 3rd and 4th.
So we're clear about the 4 teams that will qualify for Montpellier.
Yep.
It's going to be Israel and France, as you said, going for the top spot, and Poland and Finland going for the 3rd position.
This group will cross over with Group A, so number 1 in this group will cross over with number 4. So there's a shot that's short. Whoever wins this, or both of these teams will get either Poland or Finland in their game. The first knockout game. Gentile's shot, knocks it down. That's a 3.
Up to 19.
Remember now, it's from here on in, it's one and done format. We go to the elimination phase. Gentile tried to shoot a passing lane. Bogdanovic's shot, no good. Kuzin lost it, but last touch by a white jersey.
And Kuzin just really fighting there with the big guys of Serbia, with Kalinic and Erceg, somehow getting the rebound for his team.
Well, Gentile will check out with 2 minutes to play.
And he gets a standing ovation from his fans. What a gutsy performance by him. I mean, seriously, he has played some heavy minutes there for Italy. And
just looking here, George, he's played 37 minutes. This is the first time he's come out in this game.
Yep.
Cinciarini, this pass again intended for Kuzin, broken up by Bogdanovic. Right idea by Cinciarini. Erceg alley-oop to Kalinic, who sends it home!
Showtime in Berlin, baby!
Unbelievable here from Serbia. They are in imperial, in majestic form. Barring an unusual comeback here, Serbia should go 5-0 in the group. Cinciarini's shot is off. Aradori with the rebound.
Well, how about the big guys like Erceg just throwing the alley-oop passes
How often
here?
do you see that? A big guy to a wing player throwing the alley-oop.
Such versatile.
Erceg will be talking about that at the dinner table.
I tell you what, I mean,
He'll be saying to Kalinic, go give me my dessert, man. I've already served you yours.
we said in Team Iceland, and we said this is the replay right here. Nikola Kalinic just going up, but Erceg with a surgical precision on the pass. He said it like Iceland was interchangeable because all those players are similar size, but here I'm seeing Serbia just players being comfortable in all the positions here on the court. These guys know their basketball, don't they?
They certainly do.
A country of 7 million.
We've got an offensive foul here against, I think it's against Erceg as he tried to get open. No, it's on Nikola Milutinov. But just to paint a picture, George, we're going to finish here tonight about 11:30. Then we go straight to the airport on a charter plane with the teams, the 4 teams. So it's going to be a day of travel for them tomorrow. Then they have to play on Saturday.
Well, I know what you're going to write about in your blog on the Facebook. I mean, I got to fly to live with the teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Taking the selfies, you're the master of selfies.
George, I've been sitting next to you so much here through the week. You don't mind if I sit next to somebody else on the plane, do you?
What? That's going to be hard for me to accept, Liam, quite frankly.
Aradori.
But you know what's the good news, though?
There's good news. Go on.
Yeah, I heard that the broadcasters, they're going to sit in business class.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to get a business class food.
Now you're pulling my leg. I'm sure about that. Less than a minute to play here. 17 points divide the 2 teams. To Kalinic again!
Baby! Replay of the last play. Look at Nikola Kalinic. He's happy. And the team Serbia is happy, and they are cruising to the first pass for the first place in Group B in Berlin.
A real feel-good victory for the Serbs. Shouts of Serbia resound here in Berlin. That 3 by Della Valle off the mark. Right now the Serbians are checking their bank balance to see if they can extend their holiday. You got men calling home to their wives saying, "Baby, I'm going to be away a little bit longer. I'm going to Lille."
Let's see if they hit the century mark here. They set out for a last shot here.
What do they got for us? Bogdanovic, Kalinic off the mark. Oh, Nedovic couldn't convert.
You see Nedovic just going for that rebound. He's a guard. Come on. He's a guard, but you saw him in the warm-up. What we can do.
Oh, he's an athlete. He's an unbelievable athlete. I tell you what, right now too, George, you get Serbian players, they have to play hard because they're playing for minutes. As soon as we go to Lille, man, Coach Djordjevic.
He's going to tighten up that rotation. You know that. You know what happens in the knockout stage.
We had a big shout as Serbia break the 100-point plateau. Nedovic trying to tack on 101. There it is. It has been a virtuoso performance from Team Serbia. Italy going to try and close things out here. Cinciarini leans in and gets the shot over Milutinov. Well, that'll finish things here in Game 1 on Game Day 5 in Berlin. Serbia will top the group. They rise to 5-0. Italy, we'll see what their destiny is, where they finish in the group. As we follow results throughout the day, their record now is 3-2 as you look at the Serbian fans who are really enjoying themselves. Final score here in Berlin, Serbia 101, Italy 82. George, the full-time statistics. I'm really looking forward to seeing how many assists the Serbs have.
I mean, it was a perfect team game. Let's look at the monitor before it flashes. 29, almost 30. What a game there for players to play and for fans to watch.
Yeah, great basketball by the Serbs. Champagne basketball by Team Serbia. Well, let's give some credit to Italy too, of course. As Italy will finish at a 3-2 record.
Yep, they guaranteed a 3rd place. Serbia first, and now it is a question about the second game that is coming up.
We'll keep an eye on things in Group A. So stay with us throughout the day. We've got 2 more games to come. It's a do-or-die affair next as the hosts Germany square off against Spain. And then it is Turkey playing for position in the last game against Iceland. We'll look at some of the numbers which tell the story in this one. Well, my partner, George Zidek, and I, we've got 2 more games to come. Join us for continuing coverage in Berlin of Game Day 5 in Group B of Eurobasket 2015.
This is a game for yourself. Everyone deserves some glory. Victory from the Q. You'll see you all. The FIBA Global Partner League. I can play.